May we proceed?
Under what authority, sir? What is your authority for declining this request?
What is your authority for requesting the
There's
extension?
no law which bars this. It's entirely a policy decision, sir.
Precisely. It's a policy decision, so I've made a policy decision.
And on what grounds do you... This is a reasonable request.
May we please proceed? Everyone is here. Let's proceed, and then we take it from there. I am sure you will meet afterwards, and mine is a very administrative role to just facilitate that election, and you will proceed after that.
Well, you're going to have to excuse me for 2 minutes. Thank you.
That's fine. So we'll proceed then. We'll proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to this meeting of the Bulawayo City Council for the purposes of election of mayor, election of deputy mayor. Listen to their acceptance speeches, both of them, and then the taking of oath of office of the mayor before the town clerk. This is in accordance with Section 277 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe, which provides that elections of mayors and chairpersons of local authorities, other than mayors or chairpersons on whom executive powers have been conferred under Section 274, Section 5, must be held at the first sitting of the councils concerned following a general election. And on that basis, may I ask for nominations for mayor? Oh, there's a hand. Councillor.
I propose Senator David Coulthard.
Thank you. Senator
Senator Councillor.
I got entangled. I've always known him as senator, so Senator Councillor David Coulthard is been nominated. Any seconder? You second. Thank you. Any other nomination? Any other nomination for mayor of Bulawayo City Council? Any other nominations for Bulawayo City Council mayor? I think with everyone as my witness, there isn't any other nomination. It is therefore my duty to announce that Senator Councillor David Coulthard is His Worship, the Mayor of Bulawayo, henceforth. May we congratulate him, please? Congratulations, Your Worship. Right, that was fast. May I take nominations for Deputy Mayor?
I would like to nominate Councillor Donaldson Mabutu.
Councillor Mabuto is nominated. Any seconder? You second. It's duly seconded. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? And finally, any other nominations?
Is that a hand?
No, it's
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So there is no other nomination. It is therefore my duty to formally announce that Councillor Mabuto has been duly elected as the Deputy Mayor of Bulawayo City Council. Let's congratulate him. Congratulations, Councillor. Do we go to the speeches?
Then we'll do the acceptance speeches.
Okay.
Oath first.
It's oath first or speeches first?
No, oath first.
Oath first. Right. So at this juncture, may I ask Your Worship to take your oath of office before the town clerk. Then we'll ask you to make your acceptance speech.
All right. Ngilayo, but I didn't want to. So,
Is there a Bible?
you have a Bible?
No, is there a Bible? Happy piping.
Excuse me.
Piping.
I have a Bible on my phone, so if you are happy with...
Does that count?
I think it does. It's the Word of God in there.
There is actually. There is.
I've just been reading it.
All right. Matthew 5.
It's,
What you do to the least of these, I'll
exactly.
be reminding you about that.
All right. Thank you, sir.
I saw you fleeting with that. It's tricky. Let's wait for the Bible. It's here.
Thank you.
right read from that distance or from
Yeah, it's all right.
Where do you want to do it from?
If you can hear each other, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You say after me. I, David Coltart,
Hi, David Coltart.
do say that I will well and truly serve
Do swear that I will well and truly serve
Bulawayo City Council in the office of the mayor.
Bulawayo City Council in the office of mayor.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You can sign. Your name's there. You can as well start saying your acceptance speech.
Where would you like me to say it from?
You can, your seat is that way.
Thank you.
Populate the place. Yeah.
Yeah, it's game.
It's all right. Yeah.
Are we ready to start? That will happen just now. Is that side?
David Mayor, please join the podium.
I think we should have. Okay.
Because he has to come and take the oath first.
Okay. Let me speak and then.
Let the mayor speak.
Mr. Town Clerk, Provincial Administrator, my fellow councillors, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted that you've been able to join us today. This is a happy occasion for us, but in one respect it's a very sad occasion, and I would like you all to join me by standing for a minute to pay respects to the late Joshua Malinga, who died this past weekend. He was a close friend of mine, even though we were in different political parties, but he served the city faithfully for 2 terms as mayor. So would you join us in a minute's silence, please? Thank you. I think I'd better stand so that I can see you all. But may Mr. Malinga's dear soul rest in peace. At the outset, I'd like to pay a few thanks. My first vote of thanks needs to go to President Nelson Chamisa, the leader of the Triple C, and to the leadership of the Triple C. As you may have heard, I didn't ask for this position. I thought at the age of 65 that I was nearing retirement. But it was President Chamisa who listened to the citizens of Bulawayo, not just within the Triple C, but from leadership from other political parties, civic leaders and church leaders. And it was President Nelson Chamisa who asked me to take up this role. And so I need to thank him for the confidence that he has placed in me to perform this role, and to the leadership of my party. Secondly, I need to pay thanks to the voters of Ward 4. I'm grateful that they made that vision possible by voting me in. And I'm grateful that they turned out in such strong numbers and voted me in with an 86% majority, which indicates that I have broad support, not just, I believe, in Ward 4, but throughout the city. I want to thank my fellow councillors as well for their support, and I look forward to working with each one of them in the course of the next few years. Let me stress, and I hope that that minute of silence, you will understand, was not window dressing. It wasn't superficial. I enjoyed a very productive relationship with the former mayor of the city, the late Joshua Malinga. It was a friendship which crossed over the political divide, and it was a productive friendship. We know, all of us as citizens of Bulawayo, that we have massive obstacles and challenges to face if we are to restore this city to its greatness. We cannot do that as a Triple C caucus alone. We can only do that if we enjoy the support of the entirety of Bulawayo, from all political parties, irrespective of their views. It is time that we actually worked not to pursue a personal or partisan political agenda. It is time that we worked in the interests of all the residents, all the citizens of Bulawayo, particularly the disadvantaged members of our society and our community. That has to be our focus. And so we need to, and I commit to, working in a non-partisan fashion to put the best interests of all citizens of Bulawayo at the very forefront of what we do. We all know, and I'm sure all of us who've lived in this city know its tremendous potential. This room, in some respects, reflects that glory of our city. But if we are honest with ourselves, in the last few decades, we have allowed our city to degenerate. It is no longer a city that we can be proud of. It is dirty, it is potholed, there are allegations of corruption afflicting this council. And we have a duty to all people to deal with that. This city of kings, the city of kings and of queens, has, I believe, the potential to be the greatest city in Africa. My family will tell you that I often describe Bulawayo as the world's greatest and best kept secret, because those of us who live here understand its potential. It has this amazing potential because primarily of its people, but also its infrastructure, its position in Southern Africa, its beauty, its historical significance, and its proximity, of course, to the world-class Metopus. But as I've said, it has been neglected. And we, fellow councillors, have much work to do, and Mr. Town Clerk, together. In the coming weeks, we will be convening meetings of all stakeholders in Bulawayo, because to revive our city is going to take a collective effort of all political parties, of civic organizations, of faith-based organizations, of churches, and of people, just ordinary citizens of Bulawayo. We need that collective effort to work together. And so we want to work as a Triple C council with all of these organizations. Let me say one word again, which I've already touched on. We are all conscious of allegations of corruption. I don't know personally whether those are correct or not. What I want to undertake today as mayor is that as mayor, I will adopt a zero tolerance attitude towards corruption. That is directed to my own councillors, each one of you. There will be a zero tolerance approach to corruption. It will not be hidden. Mr. Town Clerk, it applies to the full-time members of your staff. Yes. There will be a zero tolerance approach to corruption. One of the things we will do is we will set up a hotline manned by an independent person, available to all citizens of this city, of this great city, so that they can phone in and be whistleblowers and advise us of acts of corruption or attempted corruption, so that they can be investigated in a fair manner and dealt with. Because unless we deal with this cancer in our society, we are not going to develop our city. So we are all under notice that that is the approach that I will adopt, and I know I will have the absolute support of my fellow councillors in that regard. So what are our immediate priorities? Well, as we've indicated in the run-up to this election, our immediate priority must be to clean up Bulawayo. I intend calling a town hall meeting as soon as possible to pull in the leaders of our society, business leaders, faith leaders, civic organization leaders, so that we can work out with you, Mr. Town Clerk, with our staff, within the context of our resources, how we are going to do this. Because we cannot be proud of our city if we allow this filth to continue. And this has to be an immediate priority. The second immediate priority is a review of all historical contracts. I'm a lawyer. I understand that properly entered into contracts must be observed and implemented. But if we find that contracts have not been properly entered into, and if we find, on advice not from me as a lawyer, but on advice from the council lawyers, that these contracts are capable of variation or cancellation in the best interests of our citizens, then that must be done. In the short term, so those are our immediate priorities in cleaning up the city. In the short term, my major concern is that of water. We were briefed just last week by the engineering department about the great challenges facing Bulawayo because of our shortage of water. Those of you who are following international news will know of the formation of El Nino in the Pacific Ocean. We need to plan for that together, because if we have a drought year this coming summer, we will face an immediate major crisis, And we need to anticipate that by speaking to our water engineers, by speaking to other engineers in our society, to work out how best we can anticipate that. And of course, to educate the citizens of Bulawayo, to have a dialogue, a discussion with the citizens of Bulawayo, so that we anticipate that and we get through that crisis if it comes together. But we cannot react to that crisis. We have to anticipate it. Finally, in conclusion, my appeal to everyone, and in particular to the government. I'm conscious that the office of mayor has been denuded of effective power. I am also aware that many of the resources that this city used to have access to, such as car license fees and other things, have been removed from the control of this council to central government, which undermines our ability to run this city effectively. I'm also aware of the history. The failure of central government and the leaders of councils to work effectively for the best interests of citizens. That has to end. Whilst we have major problems with this election and continue to have those problems, whilst we believe that those elections were illegal, we have been elected despite those illegalities, and the obligation on us now is to govern this city to the best of our ability in the interests of citizens. And surely that must be the wish of all people who are rational, who are patriots in this country. And so my appeal is to the government of the day, that they don't put obstacles in our path, that they allow those of us acting in good faith to govern this city to the best of our ability and in the interests of its citizens. And I hope that that will be taken seriously. My final parting word is I ask that you all pray for us. I'm under no illusions about the gravity and the difficulty of the task which faces us. I've described to my family that in many respects I see this as a poisoned chalice, a very difficult job. We will not succeed without the help of God and without your prayers. Thank you.
You have a hat. You have a stylish hat. You can walk out of that door. Then we can call the deputy mayor to come and take this off.
Thank you, Mayor. Can we give him another round of applause? Now my duty to call the deputy mayor to also come and sign, seal, and deliver his commitments. Councillor Mahmoud.
You can raise your hand.
Which hand? The right hand or the
The
left?
right hand, yes.
You raise the right hand.
Here. Put your left hand on the Bible and the left raise your yes.
Thank you.
I, Donaldson Mabutu,
I, Donaldson Mabutu,
do say that I will well and truly serve
do swear that I will well and truly serve
Bulawayo City Council in the office of Deputy Mayor.
Bulawayo City Council in the office of the Deputy Mayor.
So help me God.
So help me God. Congratulations.
Another round of applause. Ah, sorry, you're not finished signing. Thank you, sir. May I invite you to also deliver your acceptance speech?
Your seat is this way.
Okay, thank you.
It's easier to come.
Why don't we wait for the mayor to...
Yeah, he is coming.
Take your
While
seats.
they set up the table, the mayor will be coming just now.
It's fine. Okay, it's fine. Siyabonga. Ngicela ukuletha isicoco senhlonipho esiphakemeyo to the office of the resident minister in absentia, permanent secretary in the office of the resident minister Obabunyoni, the mayor, his worship, Senator David Coltart, fellow councillors, the town clerk of the city of Bulawayo, heads of departments, izakhamizi zakobulawayo, the key stakeholders, abakobulawayo, Bulawayo Progressive Resident Association, BURA, lamabandla achiyeneyo. Ngithanda ukuthi ngibonge inkosi ukusinikeza leli thuba lokuthi sikhokhele isigaba sikamthwakazi.
This is designed for June, not for September.
Okay. No, siyabonga. Sesingaqhubeka ke ukuthi siyabonga bakithi umthokazi omuhle. Into emele sinanzelele ngekuthi sesigodlweni senkosi. Ende kule mikhuba ekumele ukuthi siyilandele esigodlo ukuze singalahleki. otherwise omzilikazi bengavuka emathuneni bethi kati kuyini sokwenzakala kuBulawayo. We are very conscious ngendubo zikaBulawayo. uBulawayo uyakhala, uBulawayo uyabubula. Into eziningi uzibambile uSenator His Worship ubaba uDavid Coltart ezihlupha uBulawayo. Mina ngizamncedisa ukumsekela ngisithi nyawo lunye loBulawayo, nyawo lunye lama stakeholders akuBulawayo. Kungabi lo muntu ohamba phambili, kungabi lo ohamba emuva, sihambe side by side. Sile njongo eyodwa ezuBulawayo ukuthi sithuthukise isigodlo senkosi. Ngiyakwazi kunenge okwenzakala phakathi phandle la, kodwa thina sizaba ikhansili elalelayo. Okugcina sikhethiwa hatshi ukuthi simele itriple C. Nxa sesilapha sesikhipha amabhaji ama political parties, sesimela uBulawayo. Ngumeya we-Triple C, ngumeya we-ZANU-PF, ngumeya we-MRP, ngumeya we-ZAPU, ngumeya waliphi laliphi ibandla elikhona pedrobheni lenkosi. So siza kubamba into engithandazela ukuthi akube lokubambana esigodlweni senkosi. Sidonse kanye kanye lapho siba khona lamabatha lisiqondisi, ngoba yinto ezathuthukisa uBulawayo. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor, Councillor Mabuto. Thank you, Mayor, Senator, Councillor Coltart. I think we heard, those who have ears have heard. It's a call to action. Action in the service of Bulawayo. We are the citizens. And I want to assure the Mayor and the Deputy Mayor and Town Clerk that the message to central government will get there. That is why I'm here. At this juncture, allow me to adjourn the meeting so that the members of the fourth estate can interact with our new mayor, and our new deputy mayor, and our councillors who are here. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Our meeting ends here. Your Worship, Deputy Mayor, Town Clerk, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Take this.
She thought you might be too short for it. I said, no. Thank you very much. Let me take my leave. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we'll give you an opportunity now for any questions.
Faka ama-microphone la. Sama ufaka ama-mic.
We need to clarify. Yeah, wait. So.
After
Hello, ma'am. Thank you.
If we can raise our hands, welcome. Absolutely. We can raise our hands and ask a question. Just allow maybe members of the public to just excuse us, maybe in 1 minute.
I hope this is short. This is pretty hot.
You can go ahead. Thank you.
Let's start. I mean. Let's start.
May I please have the other paper? Media houses, whoever wants to ask, you can use the microphone.
Questions?
Any questions?
I've got no questions. You can't let me get off so easily. That's your job as journalists.
No, it's fine.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.
You sure? Thank you. You know how to contact
We are
me.
going to the mayor's party.
Thank you for this.